you. We're going to be out doing some live food and gig delivery on DoorDash, UberEats, Instacart, and Grubhub. My name is Craig, and I have been doing gig delivery and side hustle as full-time income for pretty much most of my life, and I'm super excited to be with you. Make sure as you hit that like, hit that subscribe. That way you'll be notified the next time that we go live. So we're excited to be with you. I just turned on the apps here for supper, and we're headed towards where we like to be. We did some Instacart this morning. I ended up doing 4 Instacart deliveries total. It was two batches of 2 each. So 4 Instacarts that we did today. I need to be averaging like 6 a day to hit my goal of 300 total by the end of September. But I don't know if we'll take any Instacarts tonight or not. I'm going to try to mostly do Instacart during the day and then DoorDash and others at night. We're going to be live for about 2 hours from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern tonight. So I'm super excited to be with you. Like I said, hit that like, hit that subscribe. We're on the journey to 2,000 subscribers. We're here to answer any and all of your side hustle questions that you have. We've been spending a lot of time recently on the channel with both understanding the new DoorDash recommendations or requirements under the pilot program, because we're under the pilot program here. And so I am now a platinum dasher on DoorDash with about a 12% acceptance rate. And so we see the platinum orders and we don't have a high acceptance rate. So that's one good thing about the new pilot program. It's only in a couple markets right now, but it was really bad and they fixed it a lot because there's a lot of complaints about it. So it's going to be rolling out nationwide, I would assume, by Christmas, if not sooner. So I would expect to hear from that soon. And then we're also been talking a lot about Instacart and how to get to 300 to be a diamond shopper. And then also on the channel, a lot of my long form videos have been about rebuilding my eBay store. I'm rebuilding my eBay store from scratch. Doing a little bit of sourcing today. 4 new shirts from a Goodwill. And so we are just going to work on keep getting the best stuff in our eBay store. So if you got questions about food delivery, gig delivery, YouTube as a side hustle as well, I talk a little bit about that on here, as well as everything else, just let me know. And I would love to just help you out with that. All right, just got to get past a little bit of traffic here. Hope everybody is doing well. Carrie, how's it going tonight? Appreciate you guys. Welcome to A Side of Hustle, everybody. The goal of this channel is to move 10,000 people from stupidly broken to fully free in mind, strength, and wallet. So glad that you guys are hanging out with us. We're going to be doing some live food and gig delivery. So please hit that like, hit that subscribe. We're on the journey to 2,000 subscribers. I believe we started tonight at 1912. Probably was a good year, but I wasn't alive. Not that old. So Yazan, how's it going? Carrie, how's it going? Drop shipping. All right. Well, let me tell you what I know about drop shipping, which is not too much. I'll give you some of the benefits. The biggest benefit about drop shipping, especially on a platform like eBay, is you don't have to have the product in hand. And you don't have to pay for the product until the product is ordered. That's the biggest benefit. The biggest negative is without software, it can be really difficult to make sure that you are keeping your prices to a point where you can make the money that you need to make on a regular basis, and that you can make adjustments if the store is out of stock. So I know there are some people who have made some great money doing drop shipping on eBay, as well as I think there's even a few who have been super daring and tried to drop ship on Amazon. I would not recommend that, but drop shipping on eBay is great because if you can find a place that is constantly in stock and you're not constantly having to double check. I feel like the idea of trying to manage all of that without software would be very difficult beyond, maybe 10 or 20 products or so, because I would imagine you'd have to, on a somewhat regular basis, you'd have to check all of your suppliers and see, okay, is there a price drop? Did they go out of stock all of a sudden? Did they increase the price by 20%? And I feel like the logistics of keeping a healthy eBay account drop shipping without software would be really tough. However, if you've got a pathway to doing it, and you have the cash to find a good software. And again, I have no recommendations because I haven't done it. It's really nice, especially if you're in a small space, like you don't really have a place to store inventory, and especially if you don't have money. And I guess the ultimate thing is if you don't have money, and it's kind of low risk, because even if you have to cancel some orders, it's like if you're already not making money on eBay, then it's not a big deal if you continue to not make money on eBay. But I would assume that if you don't do it right, it would be pretty easy to get your account shut down on eBay if you're not delivering orders. I would think you need to go with a pretty lenient shipping policy, because you don't know how quickly things are going to be shipped by a customer. So, Michelle, how's it going? So we're out here tonight. We're doing some food delivery, or at least going to try to do some food delivery and answering as many of your side hustle questions as we can possibly answer. So make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe. So we talk a lot about eBay, Amazon, all the food and gig delivery apps, as well as YouTube and getting started on that. So if you've got questions regarding any of those things, please let me know. Excited to have you here, and we'll let you know as we get any orders or offers coming in. I'm going to head towards fast casual places, because that's where the bulk of my supper time deliveries have been. So that's places like Cheesecake Factory, Carrabba's, Outback. Those are probably three of the main ones. California Pizza Kitchen's been good recently as well. So kind of the places where families would be ordering food from, especially since school just started here. I think a lot of families are not quite in rhythm yet, and they're kind of like, oh, it's Monday, let's just order food in so we don't have to think. Josh, how's it going? Good evening to you. Hope you are doing well. So, but we did, about $100 in Instacart this morning. Took the afternoon, did some thrifting for the eBay store, and now back at it. Ideally, I would love to do 4 hours of delivery and find $100, but that's a little hard to come by in my market this time of year. But you never know. Maybe we'll catch something good. All it takes is one good order to really make a night. Like one $40 or $50 order, and then it's almost inevitable that you can scratch out the $100, even if it takes some lower orders that balance things out. So I'll let you guys vote whatever I see first of Outback, Carrabba's, or Cheesecake Factory. Do let me know. Outback, Carrabba's, Cheesecake Factory. Bad Gamer, how's it going? Hope you all are doing well tonight. Outback, Carrabba's, Cheesecake Factory. Where are we going to set up first? Anybody? Outback. All right, I see Outback. We just passed it. I'm going to get turned around here, and we'll go hang out at Outback for a little bit. Do probably no more than about 10 minutes at any one place. But Bad Gamer's feeling Outback, so we're going to go give Outback a try. One of the things I like about Outback is it's one of the restaurants that DoorDash, UberEats, and Grubhub all deliver from in my market. Like one of the better restaurants. Cheesecake Factory is only DoorDash. And then I have quite a few that are like only DoorDash and Uber Eats. But Outback is nice because it does have all three. A couple of our fancy downtown restaurants have all three delivery services too. And Outback's also not too far from Fresh Market. So, which is where we got a couple of our Instacart orders from this morning as well. So we're going to go hang out at Outback Steakhouse. No rules, just right, apparently. Could go for a bloomin' onion. So I'd love to know, what's the restaurant that if you had a canceled order, you'd be pretty confident that no matter what came out of that restaurant, you'd be excited to eat it. I definitely think Outback would be in the top 5 for me. Like there's just not too many ways you can go wrong with what's at Outback. Like I like pizza, but there's a lot of pizza combinations that people can choose and be like, not my favorite. I'm just trying to think of like what would be an order that would come out of Outback that I'd be like, oh, I don't want it, because I like fish, I like steak, I like bloomin' onions. Sonic, yeah, Sonic's a good choice. There's not much bad on the Sonic menu. I agree with that. If money were unlimited, I would eat a lot of Sonic, especially mozzarella sticks and their cheddar peppers. I'm all in on that from Sonic for sure. I mean, Chick-fil-A doesn't have too many bad things on their menu either. I'm trying to think if there's anything on the Chick-fil-A menu I really don't like. So, all right, here we are in the Outback parking lot. Pretzels with cheese. Garlic butter burger. Sounds good. Sounds good. Sonic pretzels and cheese. Are you saying that's good or bad, Josh? I like every once in a while Sonic will do like 50-cent corn dogs, so sometimes we'll just take the whole family there. It's not really healthy, but it's a fun thing to do. We are. There's actually also a pizza place in this in this Outback parking lot. So we'll see. Let me make sure all my apps are on. I mentioned the other day, supper really hasn't been busy until about 5:30 most days. Saturday we had actually started around 4, but on most weekdays it's probably closer to 5:30. I'd say you get like 2 good hours, usually on weeknights at 5:30 to 7:30. That's usually about the best of the best. So recently it's just kind of like, I would love to get $100 from 5 to 9, but realistically I kind of plan on getting about $50 from about 5 to 8. So just this time of year, we don't have our snowbirds. Those are the older people who come back during the winter. Our snowbirds aren't back. School's back in session. A lot of the restaurants that I talked to this week mentioned they had a kind of a pretty big dip in sales the first week that school's back, because people just aren't in rhythm. And then people get back into the school rhythm that becomes the main rhythm. We've got one sale on eBay so far today. Sold one baseball card, just a low end card, but that's all right. We're just trying to keep that stuff moving. So if you haven't seen the video, we put the video up of everything we sold on eBay over the weekend. We had 18 sales. I think when I last updated you guys on Saturday evening, we had 9. So we ended up with 9 more sales, Saturday night and Sunday combined. So ended up with 18 sales over the weekend, which is pretty good. We're only listing 2 a day. So if I could theoretically list 2 items and sell, 6? List 2, sell 6. That's the right direction for my store right now. Is trying to get rid of older stuff that's been taking up room in the inventory system. So it's 5:20. By 5:30, we're going to start moving. I'll probably move down towards Cheesecake Factory and Panera. Panera's another one of those fast casual. We do got sip cup. I got the raspberry tea today. This is actually left over from like a couple days ago. Whatevs. It's all good. So I hope everybody is doing well. Make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe. We're sitting here at Outback, seeing if we can snipe a good order. Well, I don't know. It's early, I guess. It's early enough, and it's a good drop-off. We're going to take this. It's also a Monday, so I got low expectations. It's $9 for 4 miles, but it's a great drop-off back towards the mall and everything. It's at Carrabba's. So, and it's still relatively low mileage, and it's not 5:30 yet. So all those things combined, we're going to make this work, because I know on weeknights, this time of year, I cannot be super picky. And theoretically, all you need is 5 or 6 of those, and that's your $50 to at least get that knocked out. So we're going to take some back roads here. Try that. think there's an even. Let's put her back away. Not really. All right, so we're on our way to Carrabba's, having this $9 for 4 mile. And again, I mentioned this the other day. The amount of food and gig delivery that I've done, one of the most important factors to me is where is the drop-off. Oh wow, no cars coming. That's great. Sometimes we can get stuck here for like 5 minutes. No getting stuck there today. All right. So Carrabba's is like within a mile here. Like half a mile away from Outback. Got to drive just a little bit. And this drop-off location is splendid. We basically have one main road that the vast majority of our best restaurants are on. And of course, if the offer's big enough, I'll drive anywhere. But for anything that's a smaller order like this, like $9, I want to stay as close to this road as possible. And that's exactly where this drop-off is going. All right, there's Carrabba's out our left. We got to just make a quick little U-turn. It's early enough too, hopefully, that this order will be ready and they won't be super swamped yet. So happy Monday, everybody. It's our first order of the evening here. Carrabba's is on DoorDash, by the way, in case I didn't say that. $9 for 4 miles. It is technically considered a platinum order. I wouldn't really consider this a platinum order personally. I'm generally trying to find $10 or more for 5 miles or less, so this is close enough though. Close enough. Alright, I'm gonna be right back. Hang tight, don't go anywhere. Alright, that order was ready, so that's perfect for us. Just going to get everything situated here. Get my catering bag out of the back. There was a drink, so do that. Get the food so it stays warm. Back on the road again, Rails. Yep. Good game for the Mets yesterday. Vientos is ready for his August and September push. He's ready. He got mad sitting on the bench. I like when players get mad. It's good when players get mad because this is nothing against any Major League Baseball player because their talent is obviously amazing. But what happens is sometimes these guys, they literally, everything is easy for them all the way through. It's easy in Little League. It's easy in middle school, junior high. It's easy. It's easy in college. It's easy. And at a certain point, it's just not given to you anymore. You're not necessarily the best player. Mark Vientos was probably the best player on his team all the way through to AAA. right? And now all of a sudden, he's not the best on his team. You could argue that maybe he deserves more playing time than he's been getting, but he's not used to sitting on the bench. And so what's nice is that sometimes lights a fire under somebody, because you realize, look, I got to get out there and I got to perform every day. So I'm hoping, with what we saw from the Mets the last couple of games against the Mariners, that they finally realize that they don't have any more time to waste here. You know, they've got to play splendid ball just to get to like a 90-win season the rest of the way here. So again, it's nothing, no shade on any of these guys. They're obviously the best of the best for a reason. But, you know, at a certain level, you know, there's only one best player on a team, right? And so it's like, yeah, it's like, man, I don't like sitting on the bench. And I've seen this happen with my son. You know, in a lot of years, he's been the best player on his team. But then when he gets into spots where he's not the best player, he works harder than when he is the best player. He's like, I don't like batting at the bottom of the lineup. I don't like all this other stuff. Like, I want to play. I want to be out there. And so hopefully all this will just kind of galvanize the whole team as a whole. So that's, you need to be peaking, or you don't need to, but you want to be peaking going into the playoffs. So, you know, the Brewers are obviously playing lights out baseball right now, but did they peak too early? I don't know. I think baseball, more than most other sports, is very much a momentum sport. It's like football can be like 1 week to the next. Like, momentum is just nothing. But baseball, both positive and negative, momentum really matters when it comes to, not to say individual games, but I think when it comes to winning series in the playoffs. You know, we've seen that. We saw the Mets, who were on fire last year going into the playoffs, continue that. You know, if you look at the teams that made runs in the playoffs last year, even, you know, the Tigers got shut down, but the Tigers did a nice run. They were one of the best teams second half of the season in baseball last year. Was it Phillies that made a nice run a couple of years ago too? They were just all meshing. So there's enough time. There is more than enough talent on this team. I don't think anyone disputes that. Yes, there are flaws with this team, but there's plenty of talent. This is a playoff capable team. This team is talent-wise equal or superior to last year's team, in my opinion. And so the talent's there, just whether or not the team can gel and mesh and do all those things. I'm 95% certain I know exactly which person's house I am taking this to. I think this is one of my regulars. Yes. Yep, I know the name. I know exactly which house this is going to. Wow, there's 5 police cars by Walgreens. Oh no, there's more than that. Wow, something big happened at Walgreens. There's 5 police cars on the road. There's a police car and an ambulance in the parking lot. I'm already past the ones on the road. There's stuff in the parking lot. That's a Walgreens I shop at all the time. There's like an EMT coming out now. I don't know what's going on over there. Something big went down. Well, so I didn't hear the specific quote. Oh, here comes another ambulance. I know that they're talking about massive realignment when they add 2 more teams. And I think that's the plan. And I'm assuming you're going to get, where are you going to get? You're going to get something like in the North Carolina area. North Carolina, Tennessee, somewhere there. So you're going to get a Mets, Yankees, Phillies, Red Sox, Orioles, something like that. That's probably the division you're going to get. So, but I didn't hear the specific. I'll have to look up the specific quote. I mean, I'm to the point where this game of baseball is so different than the game I grew up loving, and it's hard to all the things I want to share like with my kids. It's like it's hard to get them excited about it because they're like, why would I get them hyped up about a Braves rivalry in general? It's like, well, it's not even going to be there. It's not even going to be a Mets Braves rivalry. Because you're going to end up with what? Braves, Marlins, Rays if they still exist, that Tennessee, North Carolina team, and maybe like Houston. Not that one. You know, by the time my son gets to that point of baseball, if he's ever good enough to play, he's just as interested in playing banana ball. Because the game of baseball is just different, and Manfred's changing it, and I guess as long as the money keeps coming in, that's all that matters to them. It's all about the money. All right, hold on. I'm gonna go run this up really quick. Drop off the Carrabba's order, and we'll be right back with you guys. You love some banana ball. Hey, you're from the banana ball area. I think that there's going to be a market. I mean, I think there probably already is, but who's going to organize it? Oh, Orlando's another place that wants to get a team, so that you could have. But Orlando, I think, wants the Tampa team. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But for old school smash mouth baseball, you know, where there's been enough rule changes that you could almost argue that baseball of the 1980s is as different to baseball today as baseball today is to banana ball. Like, I think you can make the argument that the differences are pretty drastic between the two. I mean, would you say, like, yeah, because I mean, banana ball is very distinct. It's not like super similar to modern day baseball, but it's taking some of the concepts of what Manfred's trying to do, which is keep the game moving, more fan interaction and stuff like that, but he's fixed a lot of problems. Jesse Cole, specifically, is what I'm talking about, has fixed a lot of problems with the way people kind of view baseball. And I think there's going to be just as many kids who want to grow up to be professional banana ball players. It's like it's everything that they see on YouTube, right? It's the trick shots, it's the trick plays, but it's also the game of baseball that they love. So it's like baseball plus showmanship. You're going to show off and hit a home run, and no one's going to like hit you with a ball. But then I'm like, is there enough market? You know, is there enough people who grew up in the 80s and 90s and 70s still around? Like, are there enough baseball fans who would love to see like I want to see hard slides into second base. I want to see the catcher getting plowed over. I want to see people who are staying with the same team for their entire career or as much as possible. Yeah, no, I loved the Little League, and one thing I like that I wish they would do at least once a series is have the teams come out and shake hands at the end like they do in Little League and like they did at the end of the game last night. Yeah, I think exactly. Like, I think that there is a market for kind of this hard-nosed 80s style baseball. You know, where you can charge them out, where you can throw at a batter, where you can, you know, it's kind of like the you know, like, so if it's like the mixed martial arts, right? It's like the MMA to the boxing. You know, like, yeah, boxing is fine, but it's relatively tame compared to like MMA. So I just wonder what it would take. And there's obviously tons of guys who would love to play professional baseball even on lower salaries. I'm talking like 50 to 75,000, 100,000 a year salaries. There's plenty of guys who would play baseball for 100,000 a year. Plenty of guys. The only question is there a way? Is there someone with money or a group of people who could actually create it? Like, am I wrong for wanting to see the Soto Shuffle and also wanting to see the Soto Shuffle get hit by a ball too? Like, I want to see both. I want to see players show up the pitcher, and then I want to see the pitcher gun after him, and then I want to see the teams fight it out and settle it on the field. Like, I want both. I want to see Robin Ventura in a headlock from Nolan Ryan. And I want to see Albert Bell give a guy a forearm, and I want to see a collision at the plate like Pete Rose in the All-Star game. So, but I also understand why Major League Baseball doesn't want that. There's too much money on the line. So this is the problem. We're kind of sitting by Turco Taco, which is like a downtown taco place. I'm not going to sit here for long. KC, how's it going? So yeah, like I do think there could be a market for that. And I'm trying to remember, there was some league, I don't even remember what sport it was, but when they did the draft, they even had, the teams had first pick of players who were from the area. Sorry, we got an Amber Alert going on here. Amber Alert going on. Been a slow Monday. We had a good Instacart Monday, KC. So I got $100 before noon this morning, and then I did some thrifting, found 4 shirts for the eBay store, and then so far we've done one order here, $9 for 4 Mile for supper. So I'm at like $109. Sold my eBay sale today was a Shea Langoliers rookie card. So. Bree, what made me start everything back up? That's 8 for 6, but a bad drop off. Kind of the schedule. Well, a couple things. Great question. So, because it ties into this whole side hustle, ask me anything. So let me. I'm gonna start moving here back towards Cheesecake Factory because there's not much coming in right now. We'll see. Mondays are a toss-up. Some Mondays are great. Other Mondays are just trash. So we'll see what we get here tonight. So I talked about this on, I don't know, Saturday stream maybe a little bit, but it's a good question and I want to break it down because so I've been going wide with my income side hustle stuff. So, you know, I have 7 or 8 different gig delivery apps that I've been doing. You know, and I was doing eBay and Amazon, and then I was doing YouTube and 3 different YouTube channels and trying to get them all monetized. And I really kind of came to this revelation that I was going too wide and nothing was getting the best. So I put together a video, I want to say last week or 2 weeks ago, about the three-tiered income strategy that I am working on putting together. So it's today money, anything when it comes to the income side. So my today money is food gig delivery work. So DoorDash, UberEats, Instacart, Grubhub. But even among that, I am primarily focusing on DoorDash and Instacart right now as the 2 main. You know, I do still have multiple apps. I still run multiple apps, but I'm not giving precedence to anything other than DoorDash and Instacart. They're my top main 2. And my tomorrow money is the eBay store. So I put the Amazon store is on halt right now until I can get enough income regularly coming in off the eBay store. And even within the eBay store, I was sourcing all sorts of different objects. And I'm focusing on what I used to do many, many years ago with my eBay store, which is like high-end and vintage men's clothing. So it's been a little bit of work to get to know because there's some new brands that are out that I didn't know about, you know, 10 years ago or whatever. But I still have a lot of the base knowledge of stuff. And so it's like, okay, I'm going to just, instead of trying to learn something brand new, I'm just going to go back to what I already knew and did that. So it's like focusing on eBay. I'm still selling through some old stuff and random stuff, but I'm just, the only inventory I'm paying for right now is high-end or vintage men's clothing. And even that is all, that is all cash only. Instacart wants to send me a Walgreens from that Walgreens where all the police were. I'm gonna not even deal with that right now. It's nothing great. It was like $6 for 2 miles for 2 things. I don't want to have to deal with canceling an order because there's a police presence there or something like that. So, all right, we're gonna go hang out at the Cheesecake Factory parking lot. Also, Uncle lives over here. So that's so anyway, the today money, primarily DoorDash, Instacart right now. The tomorrow money is eBay and primarily trying to make it be men's clothing. And then the next year money is YouTube. Yep, that's what I did. I did a Goodwill today. So I'm doing, right now I'm on a super tight budget. So it's primarily Goodwill. So I found 4 new shirts. Maybe at some point, they'll be in the video tomorrow, but maybe at some point I'll bust them out of I think they're still in the trunk. So I'll show them to you in a little bit. Where is there some shade? I just want shade. And then YouTube is the next year money. And I specifically realized, like, I was doing a separate sports channel, and I still would love to maybe do that someday as like a fun little hobby channel, but I can't be spending time on that channel. And I was like, well, wait, we talked about sports in this channel last year anyway. So let me go back to where I was. And just focusing on three main areas: today money, tomorrow money, next year money. Ooh, it's a double. It's $11 for 3 miles, but it's 2 pickups from 2 restaurants, 2 drop-offs at 2 separate locations. That's not as good as that looks. You do men's clothes too? Yeah. So I've actually been doing well at Plato's Closet. Has been really good. So I may try to get there tonight. If food delivery is slow, you got to pay up a little bit more. Next year money is YouTube. So basically it's YouTube. I make, let's see, I'll tell you what I made this weekend on YouTube. It's not a lot. But we'll call it roughly $1 a day. I make roughly $1 a day off of YouTube AdSense revenue. We have, let's see. And then we've got, well, we have 3 members. We have 3 members on the YouTube channel as well. So, but yeah, I would love to build this channel and continue to build out a nice library of videos. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on editing stuff right now, but you know, doing basically 5 eBay videos a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, of either what I sold or what I thrifted, or both. Like today was what I sold over the weekend, and tomorrow will be what I sold and what I thrifted. Both of those will be in the same video. Just kind of depends on day to day. Some days you don't sell anything, some days you don't buy anything. But yeah, that's kind of the goal. And there's more products and stuff that I want to eventually develop. But I mean, we had a pretty good group in here. Like at the peak of football season, I want to say we were running like 25 paid members to this YouTube channel. You know, and plus super chat. Like there was a small period of time that I was making about, you know, it was $100 a month, because I got monthly payouts for like about 3 months in a row, and then I kind of put that off to the side to start working on the sports channel. And of course you lose your memberships and you lose your momentum and stuff. And so lesson learned. So that's what I'm going to do. Since this channel, this Side of Hustle channel, is the monetized channel, it just makes sense for me to put everything on here for right now. And I can still build the other stuff on the side. You know, I can do dual streams every now and then if I want to do something like that. But otherwise, we're gonna focus on this with a goal of, you know, if I could say like a year from now, what would be my goal? My goal would be that I do food and gig delivery for fun. Like basically, I do like a ride along like this on a Saturday night for fun sort of thing. But eBay would be paying my bills. eBay would be my today money, and YouTube would be my tomorrow money. So, Pedro, DoorDash Santiago. Yeah, so, and I'm just trying to combine things that I do. So I'm basically trying to make YouTube just another layer of stuff that I do. It's $11 for 11 miles. I'm pass on that. So, and really, you know, but still with the goal of actually helping people beyond just the financial side, and trying to just build out. So what I want to eventually get to is things like, okay, here's the basics: $11 for 9 miles, 2 pickups, 2 drop-offs. Decline that. But yeah, basically be like, it's more than just about the money. So, yeah, Mr. Bet on You. $12 for 11 miles. Lots of high mileage, low tipping orders, because these are all doubles. So, you know, if that's like $3 base pay, you got both people tipping $5 or less. So, 5 for 3 from Chipotle. I can't do that. That's still too low. I don't know why that's a platinum offer. It's not $2 a mile. It's not good money. It's like, and then if I'm home for any sports streams, then I will also co-stream on the Metropolitan channel. You know, I was able to get that to like 300 subs starting from scratch, but my whole thing was get Metropolitans monetized by July, like with everything that I knew how to do, and I was pretty proud of myself to get it to 300, but I needed to get to 500, and it just didn't work. So it's like, okay, school's back in session. So most nights we'll do a 5 o'clock live stream. We're gonna do like 2 hours, like 5 to 7 live stream. Most nights. And then some nights we'll also do a separate sports live stream. And then once football season is on, we will also be doing football. Basically, if Grassi is live, I'm going to try to be live as much as possible. So we have a good rapport. I actually have a new video I'm going to be putting out soon. I'm going to do how to make money while watching football if you're not Tom Grassi. So we have a lot of the subscribers on this channel. Of the 1,900, I would say at least 1,000 of them probably came through Tom Grassi's channel one way or another. So we've got a lot of people who have just supported us silently, which is great. I really mean it. It's great. And Grassi himself has supported us, shouted us out during his live streams. I mean, when you got a guy who's on the verge of getting 1 million subscribers and he shouts you out on his live stream, like, that's cool stuff. And I don't want to like overuse or over name drop him, but we love tying Tom Grassi into what we do anytime that we can. So take advantage of the connection at some point. I've got a dream of someday getting Grassi on the channel for an interview. But I don't want to interview him about the football side. I want to interview him about the business side. Because I think that would be kind of a unique perspective, because everybody thinks of him as the football guy, but he's had to undergo a lot of changes behind the scenes to go from just being a normal guy recording his reaction to a video. 6 for 3, 650 for the. I'm trying here. Come on, DoorDash. Make something work a little bit better. But I think a lot of people would be interested to hear, without him having to like drop all of his numbers. I'm not going to be asking like how much you make or anything like that. But what sort of organizational stuff did he have to go? How has his channel changed? How does he stay motivated? Things like that. $10 for 25 miles on UberEats. That's about to be expected. UberEats is just absolute trash. I got a 2% acceptance rate on UberEats. That's currently there. What's my acceptance rate on DoorDash? It's a little higher, but it's not much. It's 10%, and I'm platinum. So I get choice pick of platinum offers on DoorDash, and I'm still only running 10% acceptance rate. Ugh. $5 for 1.5 miles on DoorDash for Jimmy John's. Come on. You can do better than this. No, because if I accept it, then you're going to send a great one to somebody else. Come on, DoorDash. So, and in terms of Grassi, I want to be live through halftime of regular season games. Grassi is coming, just to clarify. I'm not like going to mirror Tom Grassi's schedule. I do not have anywhere near the time to do that. $2 for 4 miles. No, then you're going the wrong way here, DoorDash. You're going the wrong way. Magic Dumpster. It's a little early for Magic Dumpster, but it probably is time to move. We'll head back towards Carrabba's. See if they've cleared up all the police presence. Walgreens. It's just a Monday too. It's like, eh. There's a lot of orders. There's just nothing good being sent through. Or we can just drive around. We don't even have to park somewhere. We'll go back. We started at Outback. Got an order from Carrabba's. So maybe we'll go to Carrabba's, get an order from Outback. How does that sound? Plus, Carrabba's has shade, and I like shade. But I've been really pushing myself to not sit anywhere for too long. It just doesn't seem to work, because if there's not good orders there, there's probably not going to be good orders, in a minute. So, yeah, there's still a lot of police cars here by Walgreens. Apps are on, working. Long lights, long red lights. So we've done one order so far. 15 minutes into the stream, one order. Welcome till Monday, I guess. So we're just going to do a 2-hour stream most of these nights, 5 to 7. Or if we need to adjust it a little bit, 5:30 to 7:30 or something like that. But I generally just go out for supper at 5. Sometimes a little bit earlier, sometimes a little bit later, but usually right around 5. Chance to hang out, catch up with everybody. Tim, how's it going? Hope you are doing well tonight. Alright, I'm going to show you this because I have no idea what's going on at the Walgreens. Looks like some of the cops are maybe starting to leave. Not yet. That's Panera. I'll be there later for Simca. We drove by this already, but on the other side. There's police everywhere here. So many. I think the first time we drove by, there were 10 police cars all at Walgreens. So, don't know, there was an EMT, so I don't know if something went down at Walgreens. Yes, I did. So I got to follow up with that. Let me double check, Tim, to make sure it all looks good. It is. I love Naples. The sky looks a little bluer, I think, in the phone than it actually is here, but nonetheless, it is still a really nice day. A little bit of rain this afternoon, but not too much. Alright, we're gonna head over towards Carrabba's, where we're going right now. Let you guys enjoy the scenery a little bit here. It's a beautiful city, and it's more beautiful when they're giving me their money. Now, DoorDash just keeps comboing 2 bad orders to make one somewhat decent order that's not really worth it. That was $8 for 5 miles for 2 people. No, 5 for 3. Just lots of low tippers. kind of, the view you guys have right now is kind of going like northeast. I'm driving north, but that's angled out a little bit. So northeast or northeast, something like that. So we're gonna go pop in Carrabba's parking lot in the shade. We'll hang out there for about 10 minutes or so. And if nothing, we'll move again. There we are. There's Carrabba's. $7 for $4. Still not good. There's usually 1 or 2 drivers that hang out over in the shade over here at Carrabba's. So we'll battle out for orders. Royal Rumble. Yeah, how's it going, Rebecca? It's in New York City. Yeah, well, UberEats in my market is just absolutely horrible now in the green. DoorDash has been pretty good recently, but it is just a Monday night. So Monday night, everybody's back to school, you know, and our snowbirds aren't back here yet. So yeah, I'm phasing my way out, Rebecca. So eBay is kind of my future primary income stream that I'm building towards, as well as some tube stuff. So, but it's one of the reasons I like doing the lives. Get to hang out, at least you don't feel lonely or stuff like that. So yeah, so I'm sharing a lot. Like I'm revitalizing my eBay store on the channel. So I'm doing 5 or so videos a week of what I'm buying, what I'm selling, how I'm clearing out old stuff. So I started with about 5,000 items in my store. I'm down to about 3,800 since I've started trying to sell through old stuff. Lisa, good evening to you. It's rough tonight, man. 8 for 5. I'm gonna have to start taking some of these soon. I'm trying to hold off. I'm trying to get something decent here, and they're all like platinum orders, but they're still not good to be good enough to take. I'm doing well. I am doing well. There's something big went down at our Walgreens because there were like 10 police cars there. So I did not take an Instacart from the Walgreens that I probably would have taken to just fill time. But I wasn't gonna mess with that. I don't know if somebody got stabbed in Walgreens or what. It was like way too many police. There was an ambulance there. It was way too many police cars for it to just be something like that. I'm like, we're usually pretty safe in our town, but I was not gonna. I'm not gonna put myself into harm's way or be like, I gotta cancel an Instacart order. But Instacart was good this morning. I did $100 on Instacart from like 8 to noon. So 4 orders, $100. We had 2 small. I took a small double for 12. Awesome. Here, let me do this really quick. I'll show you what I got. You get an early preview of tomorrow's eBay video. I found a couple of really good shirts today, like good brands, but they were both trash. One had massive armpit stains and everything, so. Oh, she didn't. They almost always take them off the hangers at Goodwill. They did not do that today. That's funny. All right, so here's what we got. I'm down southwest Naples, Fort Myers area. So we got this FootJoy golf shirt. This is a special 2021 England edition, and size is 2XL, so it's a good size. There's I found this exact shirt, 2 of them have sold in the last 90 days and none are listed, so it's like an infinite sell-through rate, so I shouldn't have any problem moving that, and it's a really good size. So that was 1. All right, 2, All right, close your eyes, you people who don't care about or don't want to think politics. So this is a Trump National Doral polo. So you can like them, you can hate them. Whatever. It's not a political post, but anything with Trump on it or Trump's golf courses on it sells amazingly well. So I'm not making any political commentary on it. So we're just, but I know that's the second Trump shirt. I found a Trump shirt like 3 or 4 weeks ago and had stains on it, and it still sold for a profit in like a week and a half. This one's in really good shape. It's nice, it's embroidered. You know, so this one's gonna have no problem selling whatsoever as well. All right, this one, I always look up things that are like from out of state and stuff like that, but I've actually heard of this place. I've never been to Mackinac Island, but I don't know if you guys are familiar with Mackinac Island it's Michigan. It's like an island. I don't think cars are even allowed on the island, but I've heard of the Pink Pony. And so I found this random famous Pink Pony shirt. I couldn't find this exact shirt for sale, but I found multiple Pink Pony shirts. Every Pink Pony shirt that had been listed that I could find that had been listed on eBay has sold. So I took the risk on it. Plus, yellow tags were half off, so that made it a little bit easier. So it was $2.50. So $2.50. That's probably going to list right around, 20 to 30, whatever it comes at. Then the last one, it's a brand I don't normally pick up, Ashworth. It's a golf brand, but you can see this one was new with tags. Original price point on it was $130. That doesn't mean too much when it comes to eBay, but this particular shirt is a cashmere blend. Cashmere is kind of like the king of all fabrics, and so this one, I had to pay up a little bit. I had to pay $11 for this one, full price, but looks like it should comp for right around that $40 to $50 from Michigan. Have you been to Mackinac Island, Rebecca? Mackinac Island, is that a so anyway, those are my 4 finds. So it's like $25, and I used it all with tips, cash tips, and coins I found on the ground. That's where all that money, all $25 came from today. So I have a baggie. I have a baggie full of coins. You guys know I love picking up coins off the ground, so I always have a baggie full of coins. So I gave them like 50 cents worth of pennies and stuff like that, as well as some other coins and stuff like that. So nice. What else did you get other than the sneakers, Tim? So all those shirts, those will be in the video tomorrow. And then if it's super slow for supper here tonight, I'm going to go to Plato's Closet. Kitchen stuff for you. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'll probably go to Plato's Closet. They close at 9, but I mean, it's not dead in the sense there's no orders. There's just nothing worth taking. Everybody's like $2 tip in here tonight. So I still must be overpricing a little bit, or I just don't have enough clothing items in the store because the clothing's not selling as fast. But things are getting views, so I know I'm sourcing the right stuff. I just must be slightly overpriced or slightly impatient. So, Gap Platinum, nice. That's a good price. You can find lots of things to flip at $6 a pair of shoes. Yeah. Same old there. Yes, it is sales tax free in Florida for clothing right now too. So not all the time, but it is right now. So I'm trying to take advantage of that as much as possible. So, but I did, if you want to see everything I sold over the weekend, that video did go up this afternoon. Awesome. Well, I mean, it's fun. I'm not doing shoes right now because I don't have the space to do shoes. I'm trying to get to, my ideal would be to get to about a 2,000 item clothing store on eBay. So Eventually, obviously, I got to list more than 2 a day to get to that point, but 2,000 where I basically add 20 and sell 20 a day. That's my short-term goal. I think I can do that out of my house easily without having to get a warehouse. I already got my inventory system set up and ready to go. You just came home. I don't blame you, Rebecca. I don't blame you. I'm going to give it a little bit longer here, just because I think there's a good chance. We'll go, I think what we're going to do in just a minute, we're just going to do a loop up towards the north end of town, and then we'll head back down towards Magic Dumpster. Yeah, I don't even expect to see anything on UberEats worth taking. Nice, yeah. Anything Bose will sell. Bose is one of the best brands. One of the best. All right, so we're gonna try to move. So for those of you familiar with the route, we're gonna go up north to the crust. There's a $4 for 6 mile Carrabba's while I'm sitting in the Carrabba's parking lot. Man, what would I do without platinum priority to get orders like that? So we're just gonna go up north to the crust, see if there's anything. That's the one spot we haven't been. And then if we get nothing there, we're gonna double back to downtown and Magic Dumpster. And that's gonna bring us to right about 7 o'clock, which is about as long as I'm planning on streaming. And honestly, if I don't get anything by 7, I'd rather go spend an hour and a half at Plato's Closet seeing what I can find. Because the turnover at Plato's Closet right now has been really good. Because you got lots of kids who are like clearing out their closet of their old stuff and buying new stuff. And so I've been probably spending $50 on, 4 to 6 items from Plato's Closet twice a week, finding new stuff. Like the old stuff in there I already have memorized because I've been through there about 6 times. But I would love to get it. And so right now I'm running for the eBay store. I'm running a two item per day draft bank for 14 days. So in other words, I have 28 listings now. I think I'm behind. I think it's at like 26 or something like that right now because I got a list tonight. But basically, I'm trying to keep 28 listings set up and ready to go. So each morning when I wake up, the first thing I do is I just list the next 2 items that are ready to go. And so that's how we're doing that. And then once I'm consistently selling 2, I don't know, I was trying to do 2 clothing items a day, but I suppose as long as I'm selling 2 items a day out of the store, even if it's older inventory, once I'm consistently doing that, then I'll start moving, trying to do it 3 a day. So, yeah, Naples, we got some rich people here. We have plenty of $100 million homes. Now, just because someone owns a $100 million home doesn't mean that they're swimming in actual liquid cash, but we have great tippers here. We really do. It's a great marketplace most of the time, but this time of year is probably about the worst. This is about the worst time of year because we have no snowbirds. Everybody's back in school. I mean, I don't know how often you guys are to teenagers. Like, it's a regular occurrence in the summer down here and on weekends. Like, I'm right and tipping teenagers. So I don't know how that is. Some of them are swimming, but some of it's just inherited. So a lot of people who own these houses, they have to rent them out to pay the property tax. It's kind of an interesting thing. Like, they inherited this house, they inherited this land. And it was probably worth a lot. Maybe way back in the day it was worth $1 million. Well, now it's worth $50 million. You got to figure out how to pay property taxes on a $50 million property if you got $100,000 a year income. That's why some of them get sold too, because you might as well just cash out. Yeah, we need our snowbirds back. We got to make it through. So this is like the middle of August. Usually by about the end of October they start coming back, and then they're pretty much all here January, February, March. So that's why when I do my big challenges of like $600 in a day, $700 in a day, I do that New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. That's like our peak. So we are almost to the crust. I guess we'll pop in there for like 5 minutes just to give all the apps a chance to know that we're there. So the Crust is a local pizza joint. They're super nice people, and we do get some good orders out of there too. It's kind of as far north as I really prefer to go in town. There is a PF Chang's like another mile or two north, but they're super slow. I always end up waiting at PF Chang's. Oh, okay, so you used to live in Naples, Rebecca. Awesome. Did you ever get to do any of the houses in Port Royal? Oh. Our Naples snowbirds tip well. Gotcha, I see it in Alabama. Got it. Yeah, our Naples snowbirds tip really well, but not well enough to carry. You know, you can't just deliver for 6 months and then do nothing for the other 6. It's not that good at tipping, but if you have the right access on these apps, you can make $300 a day on the weekends pretty consistently down here. If you're like Platinum Dasher and Diamond Instacart, just those two alone, you can probably make your $300 a day. So I've got the Platinum Dashers set. I'm just trying to get Diamond Instacart unlocked now by the end of September. I was at 5 a day. Now I have to average 6 a day. Because I got behind. So I'm actually right now, like starting this week, I'm only doing Instacart during the days, just to try to get enough Instacart orders. But I still have the kids this week because school is still closed. Because school starts next week. Yeah. Oh, I had some great days on Uber Eats back in the days. Uber Eats is complete trash. Alright. It says order is ready. This I've noticed this a lot more with these large catering orders, just $10 tips, so but we're gonna take it. It's $12 for 6 miles. It's gonna take us back south. It says the order is ready, so we're gonna do that. Oh yeah, if you look at some of my older ride-along videos, like Uber Eats was king. And then DoorDash, when they had the separate large order program and catering program, when it was separate, oh, I made a killing on that. I accidentally made $500 on New Year's Day 2 years ago. Like, accidentally. I wasn't even keeping track. I'm like, oh, wow. Turned out to be a 500. You'll have to see that. Uber Eats with the new green system is just trash. Absolute trash. But I am going to try to get to gold on there eventually, but Instacart first. And the plan is to get to gold on Uber Eats is just turn on Uber Eats in the morning, take the very first Uber Eats offer unless it's complete horribleness. I mean, it can be really bad, but take the first one and then shut it off for the rest of the day. And do that for 30 days straight. And then all I have to do is stomach one bad order a day, get it out of the way, and then move on to the next thing. So this one is $12 for 6 miles. But the drop-off is back towards the mall and Cheesecake Factory and all that, so it's a good drop-off, and it said the order was ready, which Tap 42 is usually slow. So hopefully that actually means it's ready and they didn't just lie. Because a lot of these restaurants lie and say it's ready when it's really not. So tomorrow, just so you guys know, we're going to try to be scheduling the 5 o'clock live. But it'll be an abridged live because the Mets game is at 6:45 tomorrow night. So we'll do 5 to like 6:30. So we'll do like an hour and a half live tomorrow night, followed by a 6:45 Mets live after that. decline stacked orders on Uber? Like, do you mean, like, how do you, like, only get rid of one of them and not the other? I mean, like, if you don't want a stacked order, you just decline it. Like, I think you know that. Can you clarify a little bit what your question is, Rebecca? Because I want to help you for sure. Oh, this is all blocked off. Oh yeah, because they're doing some massive renovations in here too. This is like my least favorite plaza to pick up from. There is a Tommy Bahama in here though, which we have quite a bit of Tommy Bahama clothing in our store. Alright, so how do I get... Let's try this. I'm trying to figure out how to get to the restaurant. There's a back way, I think, into that parking lot over there. Yeah, so I don't know exactly if you accept a double and you only want one of the two. I think you just have to do it within that particular order and then just click on something like I'm not whatever accepted by accident or something like that. So sorry, I'm not answering that correct. Please try again with your question. Or somebody else, if you understand, help Rebecca out and answer her question. Alright, we got around the construction part. There is a valet over here, but I don't usually mess with this valet. We'll see how busy it is. Usually they're just like crazy busy. The valet stand is currently closed. Oh, well, in that case, I am 100% in. There's no valet. I am not parking. All right, I'm going to be right back. Just re-ask your question too, Rebecca, and I'll come back and check in a second. And it actually was ready. Yeah, like it's not on the main, it's on like the secondary part, I think. I think you're right, Tim. Gotcha. Good question, but I think that's the basics, is like you have to get into the actual individual order. Like it has to be the active order. So if it's the first one you don't want, then just, I think you can do it from that screen. If it's the second one, go pick up the first one and then drop the second one. I think that's the right way. If I get a double Uber, I'll try to figure out for you. But that would involve actually getting a decent Uber order in the first place. Yeah, the thing is, overall, Uber seems to still be the most forgiving. They do care about acceptance rate, but they seem the most forgiving. I've been running like a 10% cancellation rate on Uber for a while, and they don't really care. So that's at least my experience. Maybe they're a little tougher on newer drivers, so buyer beware. But if it's so for me, I only generally like doubles if it's 3 stops total. So either both from the same restaurant going to 2 different places or 2 pickups going to the same drop-off. It's got to be so good if I'm going to take a double where it's pickups from 2 different places and drop-offs at 2 different places. I don't like that at all. Same thing on Instacart as well. So yeah, Uber Eats used to be like my favorite, and now I think I made more on Grubhub last week than I did on Uber Eats, which is sad and pathetic. Yeah, that's true. DoorDash is a lot that way sometimes too. So yeah, in general, anything. Instacart's really bad at that too. But most of the time with Instacart, you can figure it out, but sometimes I'm too scared to risk it. So, all right, we just sold another card on eBay, so that's our 2 sales for the day. So that's good. They're both $1 cards. They're not making a lot of money, but at least we got our 2 sales in, clearing out old stuff. All right. Anyway, that order from Tap 42 was ready, so that is good. Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing that I feel with everything is make sure, you can't guarantee it, but make sure you're at least in a good zone when you drop off. Like, be close to where you could possibly get another good order pretty quickly. So, what's this one? Is that good? Oh, if I were there, no, I don't think that drop off. Instacart's sending out a bunch of stuff right now, so maybe it's everybody who got home from work and realized they have no groceries in the house. They got to do their shopping. All right, so we'll have a eBay video for tomorrow for sure then, because we've got at least 4 new shirts, plus maybe more if I get to Plato's Closet tonight, and at least 2 eBay sales. So you've already gotten a little bit of the preview of it, but I really will, like, if you are interested in starting this eBay thing, like I've done it before. I was looking at feedback. It's like 10,000 feedback, and like I don't even know what % of people leave feedback on eBay, but it's not a lot. I'm like, I've shipped out a lot of eBay orders over the years. Yeah, no problem, Rebecca. That's why we're here. We're here to help. It's this stuff is constantly changing, and so much of it's market dependent too. So don't let me or anyone sour you on Uber Eats. If Uber Eats works for you, do it. It's just my experience is it went from being my favorite to now like probably my most profitable to now my least profitable app. But again, that has a lot to do with the choices and decisions I've made to not prioritize it as well. So I'm not here to tell anybody what to do or what not to do, because I don't know your market. I'm just here trying to share with you guys how I'm navigating and trying to push myself forward and slowly work my way out of gig delivery work with everything that I'm doing. So that's not necessarily everybody's individual goal, nor does it need to be. So, but anytime we can help people, especially if you're new to an app, we want to help you for sure. You got to give it a test run, see what works for you. Awesome. Thank you, Rebecca. Same to you. Have a great night as well. All right, many more miles we got? We're pretty close. We got 3 miles to go. This is our $12 for 6 mile catering, large catering. It's not true catering, it's just a large order. $100 plus order with a $10 tip. I don't know if there's better orders that DoorDash is hiding from me, but almost all my catering orders are just like, they're just barely $2 a mile. Yeah, well, if you want to learn the eBay way, I think eBay is one of the best ways because you can slowly build it on the side, and you can't expect immediate results from eBay. With eBay, you want to start with stuff that you can find around the house. Don't spend $1 on eBay until you figure out how eBay works. I do have the first video. I want to make a full series. I don't have the time right now. But how to get signed up for eBay, I have that up on the channel. Step by step. I think it's still good. I don't think anything has drastically changed. After this, we're going to head down towards Magic Dumpster, say goodnight to everybody. From there, maybe we'll get one more good order. One more, I don't even want to call it good, one more order. We took a 9 for 4 and a 12 for 6. That's what we've done so far tonight. So 21 bucks. All right, let's see. I know this community. It's not gated, so it should be quick, easy. Pop in, drop off. So appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us and supporting the channel. If you haven't yet hit that like and subscribe, please do that. We're on the journey to 2,000 subscribers. We're up to 1913. So thank you for whoever subbed tonight. Appreciate you so much. Every sub is so thankful for it. Appreciate all of it. So right by Plato's Closet now. Actually, try to get there later. One of the things I've been doing. Sounds good. Have a good night, Tim. Thanks for hanging out, as always. I've been, when I've been driving around and not having the kids, I've been just listening to videos teaching me brands of men's clothing that I don't know, and it's been really helpful because I've actually learned stuff, and then I see it in the store because I've done the work to learn it. So I found one of them tonight. A massive pit stand, so I didn't get it. But at least I knew it right away. And then I discovered a new one on my own that I had not heard of before. It would have been $100 shirt, but it was damaged. All right, we got about a mile or so to go. And then we're gonna head down to Magic Dumpster. See if we can catch one more order for the stream. If not, we need time to call it a night from there. What do we got? All right, we are turning into the community. This is a Tap 42. I don't know if they're a chain or not. I don't know if they're local or chain. I keep finding more and more of these restaurants that I think are local restaurants are actually just high-end chain restaurants. So I think this one's local. Tap 42. It's a large catering order on DoorDash. $12 for 6 miles. Which is by far the best order we've seen tonight, which is not saying much whatsoever. Yeah, it's rough one tonight. It is rough. I wasn't out yesterday, so I don't know what yesterday was like, but it's pretty brutal. This morning, Instacart was good in the morning. It's nice to have the kids shopping with me because they can get stuff faster than I can, but they also don't have as much stamina for things as I need them to have. All right. Go. Bring everything around. Good evening. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Yeah, have a great night. All right, we got $21 in the books. As the old saying goes, beggars can't be choosers, though, right? All right, on to Magic Dumpster, unless we get something else better. We're just gonna loop back around and out of here. Yeah, that's the first one that I've had over 10. There were tons of like 5 for 2 and 6 for 3s, and I'm like, I'm not gonna waste my time on that. Like, cause when maybe there's no good orders out there, but there's no chance for me to see a good order as soon as I lock into one of those. Yeah, I would actually, I didn't used to want to take stuff like that at all, but I would actually probably consider starting to take those on UberEats. And then, but that way I can leave DoorDash open, and then I'll just cancel it on Uber if I get a better DoorDash. That would be a decent strategy, but Uber Eats doesn't even send me that stuff right now. I think we've been sent one Uber Eats order in an hour and 40 minutes. It's like because everybody else is out there gobbling all the other orders up. So Uber Eats is getting what they're wanting. They probably don't have to wait for delivery drivers at all. They're trying to move everybody to that new gold program. So I don't even know what the levels are. It's green, gold, something or other. All right, we gotta go. So yeah, like I'm not even on delivering much past 7 tonight if there's no good orders, but we'll get down to Magic Dumpster, introduce those of you who haven't met good old Dumpy. If we get something on the way, that's great, we'll take it, but otherwise go say hi to Magic Dumpster, and if we don't get anything, I'm gonna call it a night for the stream. I'm gonna work my way towards Plato's Closet. See if I can make money that way. Got a trip radar on Uber, $3 for 4 miles. Magic Dumpster. There we go. Let's do it. definitely need the magic tonight. We need like a $25 order or $30 order just to get us to 50. Magic dumpster, what do you have for us? Oh, I ran over a snake today. For the first time that I can remember. I didn't even realize it was a snake at first. It was kind of out on like some back roads delivering an Instacart order. And I thought it was just like a little piece of rubber and I was trying to avoid it, but it was kind of like... And then I realized like right before I got to it, like, oh my goodness, it's moving. I ran over his tail. He was not too happy about that. Pretty sure it's just like a black racer, not a venomous type of snake or anything like that. It's pretty rare to see a snake on an asphalt on a warm day, but because usually they're trying to stay cool. Apparently he had a mission he was trying to get to across the street. So hopefully there's no snakes at Magic Dumpster. So it's gonna spit us out down by Cheesecake Factory and Panera, Chipotle, Publix. And we'll head down towards downtown. I'll stay with you either till we get an order or till 7 o'clock gets here. But I think this is a trash night. I think it is a night of failure. Send me snowbirds. Send me snowbirds. Also, send me good orders, please. Where are you, DoorDash? So far, these new earbuds that I got, they've been working pretty well. Pretty excited about them overall. I've yet to see how long they actually last, though, so I think I'm going to try that out tonight. Let's see if they can last. I think they're supposed to last 8 hours or something, and I'm not even constantly using them. Just got one in. Small little guys. Yeah, I know. And then when they get here, then I'll complain about how they can't drive, but that's okay. Nobody down here can drive anyway. It's not just the snowbirds. It's everybody. Wonder if I'll ever find out what went down at the Walgreens tonight. We do have like a local news thing I follow on Facebook, but they don't have anything about it. Yeah. Thanks. No, we don't really want them to stay either. I just wish the days were longer in the winter when they were here so I could make more money off of them. And the days would be shorter in the summer so we can just get back to them being down here. Where are you, snowbirds? There's been a Best Buy Instacart order sitting for like an hour. $14 for 26 miles. A no-tip order. I can't even see what it is. It's going to Marco Island. Sure, I'll do a 52-mile round trip for no tip and no appreciation from you. I should just accept it, just to then say it's out of stock. Alright, we're headed down officially towards the Magic Dumpster in downtown. It's the only place we haven't been on our normal route tonight. Chipotle 8 for 6. Trash order. Trash order. Your son lives next to a snowbird that has Florida license plates. Yeah, when my in-laws come down, they have out-of-state license plates. When they're driving around Florida, they always say, you know, it's almost fall when you see the license plates start to change. I haven't seen it yet. It's mostly the Florida crew for now. 2 more months. Some people come down like early in November to make sure everything's ready to go. Then they head back north for the holidays. And like January 1, they're down here. Other people come down in November and stay. Or some will come down like late October, early November, then head back north for Christmas for a week or 2, and then just come right back. Alright, well, we'll get down here at around 6:50. We'll hang out with you till 7 o'clock. Or through the end of an order if we get it before 7. And that's going to do it for this evening. I don't know if you'll be able to see it right away, but we'll turn the camera around. Oh yeah, we can park in our Magic Dumpster spot. Wow, it's so empty back here. It's like nobody in that parking lot. Alright, Dumpy. It's a little bit behind us. There it is. There's Magic Dumpster. So we're gonna do the good old decline and recline. It's really sunny though. It's like I gotta find the spot that I can recline and still be able to see. I can't see the phone at all. I'm like blinded from here. Decline and recline and go blind. Decline, recline, and go blind. What do we got going on? Do we have anything? Oh, I can go like here. There, if I sit in the corner. Uber says we're in a hotspot. Grubhub says we're not. DoorDash says we're not. Instacart, we're not near any Instacart stores. Like a few blocks from a CVS, that's about it. You got a shirt also. Yeah, there you go. Decline and recline shirt. Today is more, at least supper time, more declining than anything. Alright, you know what I might as well do while I'm waiting here? I might as well schedule my... I'm behind on scheduling dashes for a couple of days, so I might as well do that. What am I scheduled through? I have Friday scheduled, but not Saturday. Alright. Let's go. Let's go. Saturday. You know what I should do? Let me do this too. Let me... Let's end this dash. I've been trying to try more of dashing, doing my dashes for shorter chunks of time. So let me just set this like till 8 o'clock. Because I've seen more and more people report recently that they've been having better success with doing shorter dashes and then just restarting new ones. Alright, and I'm going to keep working on scheduling out next Saturday's and next Sunday's stuff. $8:30 to 10. And of course, as Platinum Dasher, I can dash anytime I want, but I still like scheduling because I knock people, keep somebody else from dashing, get rid of one of my competitors. Yeah, I used to do it. It's really frustrating to do it when you have to schedule everything out, but now that I'm Platinum Dasher, like I should do it. But I'm still, like I said, I'm still scheduling because if I'm scheduled, that means somebody else who's not Platinum can't schedule those slots. Which means it's one less person out here. 5 to 9. $30. No. All right. Let me schedule Sundays. And really, I should probably do this in the mornings, right? So I can schedule right away before other people even have access to it. If every Platinum Dasher scheduled every major time slot instead of just going on, you can knock so many of these other drivers off the roads who are sniping your good orders. We need less drivers on the road. And the only way I know that I can control it is to schedule. Schedule. Let's see, what's my Sunday schedule? I could do 7. Not that I will, but I'll schedule 7 to 8. And 8:30 to 10. To 4:30. The other reason I schedule is in case I lose Platinum Dasher at any point, then I have a full week's worth scheduled out. So that's another reason I like scheduling is $5 for 5 Mile Home Depot shop. One item. What's the one item? Light bulbs. No, I'm not shopping for your light bulbs for a $2 tip. That's gonna be a no from me, dog. 2 to 4:30. I'm getting tired and bored sitting here. Make sure that's all good. It's just about 7 o'clock. Run through all the apps one last time. I'm still going to leave everything on, but I guess you're going to have to tune in tomorrow to the eBay video, see if I found anything at Plato's Closet tonight. Because I already showed you the 4 things that I got from Goodwill. Of course, there's always a chance that we'll get a good order on the way to Plato's Closet too. But still end up with like $120 on the day in, what is that, 6 hours? So $20 an hour for the day overall, even though supper was kind of slow. So my apologies. I would love to have a lot more active stuff to do. A couple more months and hopefully that'll be here. All right, so the plan is 5 to 6:30 tomorrow night for this type of stream, and then 6:45 on is going to be a Met stream that we're going to be doing tomorrow. That might be part in the car and part at home. So in the second part might actually end up being on both channels, but I'm going to do a Mets and food delivery stream for the second part of the night tomorrow night. I got the new eBay video is already out and up, so if you're looking to either start or continue on your eBay journey as well, that's going, and yeah, we're just going to keep building and growing from there. So it is 7 o'clock. I'm going to start heading towards Plato's Closet because they close at 9. I like to have at least an hour there. Maybe we'll catch one other offer along the way, but for now, we're going to say farewell. We will see you tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. Have a great night, everybody. Catch you soon.